Alright, yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. So, today I'm going to be giving my review for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Now, I saw the film on open night on the 6th. It's now the 9th, the Monday. Um, and it's not really been one that I needed to think on. I've just been busy, so that's the only reason I'm getting around to recording this now. So yeah, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think it was better than the original, definitely, and partially I think that is because of how that film was aged. Now you're gonna get that nowadays with these sequels and whatnot, that the older films, are gonna look a bit dated, and I think that's the only reason. I don't really have anything wrong with the first one. It is just nowadays with technology developments and whatnot, I think you can definitely tell it was made in the 1980s. Um, so yeah, I think this one though there was kind of I think I definitely laughed at this one more. I think it was funnier. Um, as I said, just to touch on visually, I thought it was visually very well done. It had the Tim Burton feel to it, which of course you're gonna get. Um, I thought the story was good. One of my worries with it was gonna be how do they, or with any film really nowadays where there's a time jump, it's like how do they treat the time jump, because there's some films that mess it up really. um and I thought they treated it really well. I mean, kind of, you could tell there was the time jump, but I really liked how there was lots of nods to the original, and it wasn't like you get that with some films where it's like the original didn't happen at all, and there was some really good nods and stuff if you paid attention to little details to the original film, which I really thought was paid off and helped. I thought the story, again, you get with some of these sequels nowadays, you're like, did that story really need to be told? But I think with this one, it didn't feel like that. It didn't drag at any points. It all kind of flowed well, like the original. I mean, the original was an hour and a half, and I think this one was about an hour 45, and both of them flow really easily. Neither of them feel as long as they do. Um, which I think helps, especially with nowadays with kind of people's attention spans and stuff. If you can go to the film and just like kind of feel like you're literally in and out like that, it's appealing to certain people. Um, to me, that doesn't necessarily affect how the film is. If it was longer but didn't feel longer, then that's fine. Yeah, as I said, that none of it felt like it was dragging and kind of building up to a point. I will say though, the first, well, considering how short it is, probably the first 40 minutes maybe, it you could kind of tell that they were building, 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 and then of course that pays off in the next kind of half of the film, or whatever you want to call it. Um, but yeah, there were little bits where it was like, okay, we want to get to this bit now. Um, but they didn't go on for ages. It didn't feel like you were kind of waiting, sitting there looking at your clock, kind of, or your watch rather, waiting for something to happen. I thought Michael Keaton did a good job at, considering it had been 30 years since the original, the fact that he could switch into that character exactly how he did before, and it didn't feel like he had um, kind of shifted his way of portraying that character to fit the world we live in and stuff. It still felt very kind of unhinged and kind of, yeah, that's the best way to put it. I thought Jenna Ortega, I mean, obviously the kind of young audience people maybe going to see it for her. I thought she was good. Um, she's not in it much, but when she's in it, she's good. It's good kind of side story, if you like. I did like that though with this film. I suppose you could say it with the original, really, but there's no main character in this. You kind of just jot around to different people's lives, views, stories, and it all comes together very well. Um, the final act was really funny. There was a lot of laughs in my theatre, which which was good to see. I mean, my theatre was packed, and for I don't know why, but I didn't see it being like that. But I'm glad it did, because obviously with the way cinemas going, it's really good to see people going to the cinemas. I mean, I last night, matter of fact, I went to the cinema. They were showing, my local one was showing a Revenge of the Sith again, and that was completely packed. I mean, we had to sit front row because of how busy it was. But that was really good to see. Um, but yeah, back to Beetlejuice. Yeah, it's a fun time. Like the original, it's not going to be the best film in the world or the year and whatnot, but solid, good comedy. And yeah, I was surprised by the music. There was good. There was some good songs in it. Um, but yeah. Oh, and quickly, Willem Dafoe's character. Willem Dafoe's character I really enjoyed. From the trailers, you see him a little bit, but he was in a lot more than I expected, and he was, yeah, very funny. He plays like a actor cop sort of thing. Um, and yeah, I mean, Willem Dafoe, pretty much everything he does, I think is great. So yeah, I thought he was good in that. And then near the start, in the first like 20 minutes, I'd say, there's a Danny DeVito cameo, and that's really good. Um, oh yeah, apart from that, I can't. There's not really much else to say on it, to be honest. It's a fun, enjoyable film, and I'd say yeah, kind of the whole family really could see it. It does push its rating a little bit, but yeah, apart from that, I think it's a good watch. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. If you have seen Beetlejuice, if you're gonna see it, and if you have, what you thought and all that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.